bonsoir. Je m'appelle Comment et ce soir, je suis avec LBT sur LBT TV Radio.
This is radio like you never heard before. Electric TV Radio, the best in entertainment and sport. Electric TV Radio, we dare to lead. Electric TV Radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Thursday edition of the Sports Buffet on Elevated TV and Radio. Well, it's time for us to talk about all of the things that happen in the Champions League, and then let's not forget that tonight we've got the UEFA Europa Cup coming up, and there is a lot of teams that would play in the UEFA Europa Cup this season. It happens to be that it is not a given. Take for instance, this lineup tells you some of the teams that will compete for the title. Ajax, Amsterdam will be there. Bayer Leverkusen will be there. Even Atletico Madrid couldn't make it to the UEFA Europa Cup as it is. And then you've got Sporting. And don't take them for granted because they just might be a problem. Salzburg is also coming there. Shakhtar Donetsk is there. Sevilla, specialists in this competition, has dropped down. Juventus finally managed to make it there, and then you can go on and on and on and on and on. And in that Juventus group, somehow we got to a point where it has to be tiebreaker after tiebreaker after tiebreaker till we got to the seventh one to be able to decide who tops the group, and it was Benfica. How can you beat that? First off, Paris Saint-Germain once played 6, won 4, drew 2, didn't lose a single game, scored 16. Considered 7, and they had a good difference of 9, 14 points. What team made 14 points and don't top the group? As a matter of fact, people top their group with 13 points. Some people top their group, like Tottenham Hotspur, with 11 points. But then Bayern is Bayern. They got 18 points out of their group. FC Porto got 12 points out of their group to top it. Napoli got 15 points to top their group. But somehow, a team got 14 points and they didn't see the top of the group. Chelsea got 13 points to top their group as well, just as well as Real Madrid. And Man City got 14 points. Borussia Dortmund came second in that group, remember. But Benfica, using the tiebreaker of the goals they scored away at Maccabi Haifa to top the group. Well, it is football. Just when you think that these dramas will not happen, they just show up and they happen. There's nothing you can do about it. Well, in Nigeria, the sports industry bill, there's a policy for the sports industry now that looks good. I'm happy about it. I won't lie. I just hope that we will be able to implement it. Okay, so it is one thing to put a policy in place, it's another to implement it. Okay, so the Ministry for Youth and Sports came out with that one, and I love it. I'm happy. I mean, this has been in the works for many years, and to finally see the light of day is good. But I'm not alone in the studio. I've got Benedict today. Did you finally go and wash your clothes yesterday?
No, I didn't. I was so lazy to go and wash it. I didn't.
Why were you lazy?
I just got tired. There's this sitcom, and I have this love for sitcom. I couldn't just.
And so because of that, you didn't wash your clothes?
I didn't wash it.
So when are you going to wash it?
I have a lot of things lined up for me today. I need to go and check my NECO results, which I said I was going to do yesterday. I didn't do it. Then I also need to do some other things. I need to I want to go and learn video editing. I need to put my career in some other better way, which will take me some time because
I think you need that video editing. Yeah, but it's going to take a very long time.
Very long time. So I want to map that out today. I'm going to go find out where I'm going to go learn. Then that's it. But generally yesterday was a cool one. I had to sleep first so I could watch Chelsea game, which was by 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Which brings me to
finally you're a Chelsea fan, right?
No. I'm not by Chelsea. Although most of the time when I was growing up, I watched majorly.
Because your dad was a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, I watched majorly Arsenal and Chelsea matches because Arsenal were always starting the season because they're not qualifying for big European competition.
That's not why.
That was why. So
that was not why.
I
don't mislead the listeners. That's not why.
Okay.
The machine, the fixture is done by a machine, and it does its randomizer with the alphabet. Arsenal happens to be alphabet A.
Yeah.
That's why. So don't. Even when Arsenal was playing in Champions League, they were also starting the season. So don't mislead the people, please.
So that brings me to my two questions today. Number one question: is it better to qualify from? I asked it yesterday. Is it better to qualify from the group stage and go to the round of 16 or at most the quarterfinals and get knocked out, or better to go as far as the Europa League final? Number one question. Number two question is: do Chelsea have a goalkeeper right now? Are my number three questions to the fans of yesterday's question: who are the two teenagers who have scored in a World Cup final? That's pretty easy. Really easy.
Okay, you said to the fans. So fans, who are the two teenagers that have scored in the World Cup final? I think I have that one in my palm like this. I'm just looking at the answer right now.
One is 82 years, one is 23 years. So that's a big clue. No Google, please.
But then we'll use Google. That's a funny thing. They would. To answer your question, I think it is better to get to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League for two reasons. One, you make more money, your coefficient rating goes up, and then the next time you come into the competition, you'll be put in a good pot for the draws. Even if you go as far as the finals of the Champions Europa Cup and you don't win it, it doesn't improve your coefficient rating. So there is no benefit to that. The benefit is getting to the quarter. Everybody will want to get to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League because getting to the quarterfinals give you more money from the pots, the media, the TV right pots, and all of the other pots that comes into play in terms of the competition. So you would always want to go for that one. What's the other question again?
We Chelsea have a goalkeeper right now.
They do. They have Mendy, who's lost form, and then they have Chukwuarinze Abalaga from Anambra State. It's a good goalkeeper. I think they have a good goalkeeper. It's just the entire squad. And then that brings me to my first question. The fans of Chelsea were angry for the player that got injured. What's his name now?
Ben
Chilwell. They were angry that the coach played him at all in that game. The game was a dead rubber game. A question to you: do you agree with the fans that they shouldn't have played Ben Chilwell because he got injured? Now English fans are angry with the coach. Graham Potter have cost England a player.
First of all, coach must do his work. England has a hold on pay his salary. Chelsea pay his salary first things first. I think coming back from injuries to come and start, the coach had a good reason why, which might be bad to some people, and which when analyzed might be bad or might be good. But in general, it was good. Why Kukurea has been starting literally almost every game this season since they bought him. I always felt like he's a backup to Ben Chilwell since they lost Alonso. I was like, okay, Ben Chilwell is going to get all the games. Kukurea just cup games, other games where Ben Chilwell gets injured because he was injury prone at some extent. But he's been playing all games and they're starting Ben Chilwell. I don't really see anything. England have lost. They don't have a right back. They don't have a left back. They should deal with their problem. I for one feel they should use Matarget as Newcastle. That's a good left back. This is a right back. They're also going to make sure they lost James, they lost Kyle Walker. Now they're going to use Trippier. So it all falls down to Gareth Southgate and English party not to blame Chelsea manager. He has the right to start the player.
All right. The question you ask, let me put a little bit of light to it. Remember, in the Champions League group games, for every game you win, you get 2.8 million euros. If you draw a game, you get 930,000 euros. And take Bayern, for instance, for winning every game in their group, they already have 42 million euros to the bag. And then you get to the first round, 280, second round, 330,000, third qualifying round, 480k. That's before you get to the group stage. And then the prize money keeps going up thereafter. You just keep earning like that. That's how it's called graduated, graduated fee. Okay, you just keep going up. That's the reason why people would want to qualify for the Champions League quarterfinals way more than to focus on what's it called now? The Europa League, okay? Because for you make more money in that regard. Don't forget that the prize money for the UEFA Champions League is 20 million. The runners-up get 15.5. Semi-finals, you get 12.5. And the quarterfinals, you get 10.6. So let's say you get the group stage, right? You clear up the group stage and you get all your money. And then you now get to, you play from the preliminary rounds and you get to the group stage, you win all your games. That's about 42 million. And then you play round of 16 where if you win, you get 9.6 million. You add that to quarterfinals where you get 10.6 million. You see the progress of what you get is way bigger than go and play in the Europa, which is like a lesser one. And
but in terms of bragging rights, regardless of the financial, is it better?
People focus on the money, and the coefficiency more, because football right now is really, really more about the money than any other thing. Bragging rights. I don't think a team that won the Europa can say to a team that lost the finals of the Champions League that I did better than you. No. If you win Europa, you cannot tell a Liverpool that lose in the finals of the Champions League that I've had a better season than you. It's painful to lose the Champions League finals, but at the end of the day, it's called we're not mates. We're not in the same competition. So let's not even have that conversation. Well, let me go to the headlines, the sporting headlines that we've got. I'm going to come to your conversation, all you guys on this play. But what I really want to know is from the 6 group games that have been played, let's talk about your highlights, your high points of the competition so far, the moments that really took you out, the moments that surprised you, the teams that have shocked you, whether for good or for bad, all of those things, put it in the comment section. When I come back to read them, I will. So let's start with the Ben Chilwell issue. Ben Chilwell World Cup dream could be over after injuring his hamstring in Chelsea's win over Dinamo Zagreb. As Graham Potter admits, when a player pulls up like he did, it's never positive, okay? ADRIAN KAJUMBA at Stamford Bridge, who was a writer for the Daily Mail, says, in the cruellest of fashion, Ben Chilwell's World Cup dreams were left hanging by a thread, okay? In stoppage time of Champions League dead rubber against Dinamo Zagreb, and as he made what would have been one of his final sprints of an impressive display, Chilwell chased the ball out to the sideline and pulled up sharply, holding his left hamstring with the World Cup around the corner. How many weeks to the World Cup now?
We're about 18 days, no, 17 days to the World Cup.
17 days.
2 weeks and 3 days.
Hamstrings normally takes 3 weeks. So let's say Chilwell is out of the World Cup now.
Yeah, but if the coach managed to carry him, it's not going to be of good use, because number one, he could get injured again.
It could complicate the injury, and it's hamstring, so it means if you stretch it, it will tear more, and then it could go 6 months. Okay. Chilwell chased about that blah blah blah. World Cup around the corner. It was the sort of incident players up and down the country are now fearing. Okay, it means that most players will not even give their all as they go to the World Cup. But then my question is, why is it affecting more of England players going to the World Cup? What is the thing about the English players, about their personality, their texture, their bone, their muscles that makes their injury, pile up more than any other person? Hey, Tony Becker, I see you on Instagram. What is making them, the more focused? Look at the English players right now. They are picking more injuries than any other group of players going to the World Cup. I just hope that we don't get to the World Cup and England lose all their group game. Good thing is that they are in a group that even FC Taraba can go to that group and qualify. I could select boys from the street and take them to Qatar, play in the group that England is in, and they will still qualify. But you never can tell, okay? They say the devil is in the details. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes. My mom will see person with the drive motor with Matt, the gas accident. To drive from Lagos to Warri. Now just drive, now just come out for it. Just Shagamu, just go straight to Benin. You just turn past the bypass, you don't reach Warri. Well, until you get in on the road and you see the difference in all of that. The devil truly is in the details. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see what happened with England. But let's move on to other stories. We know what we have to do. 2 goals difference. That's what Erik Ten Hag is saying. So they have to get 2 goals difference to stay on top. Why does Manchester United wants to top their group? Simple, to avoid all those teams those fallen angels that are falling from the UEFA Champions League down to the Europa. So the best thing they can do is top their group and then avoid the momentum and then the anger, the venom of teams like Barcelona and Juventus and the rest of them who wants to come here and not show their power. Like, okay, we couldn't do it in the Champions League, but we're going to come here and oppress those people that are in this competition already from the beginning. So the coach is saying, we know what we have to do, 2 goals difference, and we are Omandra. Erik ten Hag is focused on top spot as Manchester United look to avoid Champions League dropouts. I like that word, dropouts. Okay, with a comfortable win over Real Sociedad in the final Europa League group game. Cruellest, who is a writer for the Daily Mail, have this to say. Is right now at Sebastian, which is a place in Spain. Failure to do so would consign United to second place in Group E and pitch them into a playoff run with the 8th dropout from the Champions League, considering that include Barcelona, Ajax, Leverkusen, Sporting Lisbon, and potentially Juventus. The price of that failure could be high indeed. Sociedad have gone on to win all 5 of their group games so far, conceding just 1 goal. Such is the excitement in the picturesque city on the northern coast of Spain that Real's 39,000-seater stadium could be full to capacity for the first time since it was built 29 years ago. But full capacity does not determine how result goes. If full capacity is what determines result, the fans outside of the Olympic Stadium in Marseille were even more than the ones inside. Fireworks and everything, but Spurs went there and wrestled the chestnut out of the fire. Spurs is an example. They are an English team. They could also, okay, Manchester United could take an example from Spurs and go there and do what a good football club can do. Good thing is they have Lisandro Martinez, who I consider one of their best players this season. 5 foot plus, never lost a duel. This season, never lost an area battle. This season, apart from probably battling against Erling Haaland, the 6'3" mauling at the City. But other than that, Lisandro Martinez is a solid ally. And Casemiro brought some stability in your cars. You hear the word stabilizer linkage most of the time. I think Casemiro is that for Manchester United, unless the coach decides again. Maybe Pep decides, okay, I'm not going to start him. I'm going to put him on the bench and show him who's the boss. This is not the time for who's the boss. So this is the time to play your best leg, your best players at all time. Matt Barlow also have something to say about Antonio Conte. And this is what he wrote. He said Antonio Conte faces a big conundrum at Tottenham after reaching the Champions League last 16. The Italian is getting the job done, but needs a ball of energy like he had with N'Golo Kante to unleash his side's flair. Antonio Conte remains a hostage to the instant success at Chelsea, where he tweaked formation and turned them into champions. Can he do that at Tottenham Hotspur? I don't know. Do you think that we would see a Conte any title with Spurs?
Well, I love you. Like, first of all, if you're still there, though, you're one of my 3 respected Nigerian analysts and all of that. Talking about Tottenham Hotspur have a lot to do. If it's Daniel Levy, he's going to give the team more money. So that's Tottenham's most highest record signing. Tangana building that place at Inter Milan. So that's you can see. Everybody felt Antonio Conte really did the work, but right now it seems like there's still a whole lot more to do. Lifting something right now with his head not even stable because Juventus are calling him, dragging him every day by the moment. Higher salary.
Is he going to fall?
Maybe, most likely. Italy might be home for him. Who knows? So with his head not right now, he cannot lift anything. Right now, the major aim every season since I started watching football was qualify for the top 4, except with the time when he went all the way to the Champions League final under Mauricio Pochettino, and that was a different ball game entirely.
I lost to Liverpool.
That was a different ball game entirely. So ever since then, everything that 11 needs is qualify for the Champions League every season.
Again, Antonio Conte have this record of not being really good in the Champions League. Can he decide, you know what, this league does not look like we can win it. Let's focus on winning the Champions League. Is Antonio Conte that guy?
Well, not really. He might just decide to go to Juventus because they seem to be in a more familiar ground.
You don't seem to be giving Spurs any chance.
Yeah, for real.
By the start of the season, you predicted that they were going to win the league title.
No, I didn't say that. I said they were going to qualify. They're going to finish like 3rd. Okay. That was what I felt.
Okay. So how are you feeling now?
I'm still feeling towards Manchester City. That's how I'm feeling. I'm still feeling towards Manchester City.
Yeah. Well, for Arsenal fans, you should be smiling at this one because the Brazilian left-sided player who plays every game and causes menace to the opposition. Gabriele Martinelli, he says, this is my club. I know over the way, this is my club. We own this one. We run the stand. And I want to sign. Just bring a pen.
Which town? London.
Yes, they own London. Arsenal own London.
Fulham,
especially
London.
no, Fulham is they are the what's it called? The janitors of London. Okay, he said this is a club. I want to stay. They just need a pen. That's all they need. Gabriel Martinelli and Arsenal a boost as informed Brazilian winger reaffirms his desire to sign a new contract to Gunners. Martinelli, one of Arsenal's standard player this season, has less than 2 years remaining on his current deal, though the club do have the option to extend to 2026. So put a contract on the table while you're battling about Bukayo Saka, who I'm not really crazy about. When I say that, people don't like. I just think that Bukayo Saka have some inhibition in his game, and I don't know, but let's just skip it there. Well, for those who say Raheem Sterling should not go to the World Cup or shouldn't start for the World Cup, Rio Ferdinand disagrees with you because this is what he's got to say. Rio Ferdinand says Sterling starts at the World Cup. Simple as that. Finito. End of the matter. Rio Ferdinand insists Chelsea winger is still a key man for England after his goal against Dinamo Zagreb. As Joko says, it's absurd that people are questioning his place in the squad. Okay. Do you think that Rio Ferdinand and Joko are right?
Well, first of all, Rio Ferdinand hardly goes wrong. He's not biased. That's one thing I have to say than the other pundits. But coming to say this is
from what you've seen of Raheem Sterling this season, does he deserve a starting place in England for a team that people are expecting to go all the way again to the finals? I know he's not coming home this time. It's not coming home. He's going somewhere else. He's going to find home somewhere else. But this England team, does Raheem Sterling deserve a starting place?
Not really. Under Tuchel, when Tuchel was one who signed him, I felt like there was some big promise. But these days under Graham Potter, he just really lost it. But the thing all comes down, England don't have other backups. They don't have a choice. They don't have much.
So the English national team really doesn't have quality.
They don't. That's how he has fallen.
More like they are Super Eagles. Oh, okay.
England's best player right now is Foden any game. Like Foden and Bellingham.
Did you say Lewis played yesterday for Man City?
Oh yeah, really good.
Well, let me continue with my story. Raheem Sterling is key for England, says Rio Ferdinand, as Joko ridicules question over his ability to play. Joko and Rio Ferdinand argued that Raheem Sterling will be integral for England at the World Cup when Raheem Sterling is now your integral player. That Fifi right now, you run like Okapi. Hey, with questions arising of late over his form and whether he should be part of Gareth Southgate's squad. The England winger joined the Blues from Premier League rivals Manchester City over the summer, but has only scored 5 and assisted 2 in 16 appearances this season. Abu Pundit insisted that there was an evident release of pent on frustration in his celebration, having drawn the host level in the 18th minute on Wednesday. But does that mean that he deserved to start for England or even deserve a place in the team? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. This is where the Chelsea fan got it on the coach. There seems to be some frustration around Chelsea. Maybe it's coming from the defeat over the weekend, because when your team wins, sometimes when injuries happen in football, and this Chilwell's injury reminded me of when I got injured. Like, the game was over. It just happens. I don't think you want to blame a coach that much, because if he's able to play the whole 90 minutes of the game, who's to tell that there was going to be an hamstring? And who's to tell that even if you put him on the bench, you don't play him, he's not going to pick up that hamstring in training? Because hamstring does not necessarily mean because you played a match. It could happen anywhere. You could just even be walking across the road and it happens. You could also be driving and you get hamstring. A lot of people don't know that. You could just be on your own driving a car and then hamstring would come. Okay, because the game, sports in itself, is a game where you stretch your muscle and they could snap at any time. Okay, but this is how the fans of English football and even Chelsea reacted. Never seen a more stupid decision. Fans slammed Graham Potter for risking Ben Chilwell in the Champions League dead rubber after the defender suffered a hamstring injury. As far as the Chelsea boss has a lot to answer for. Fans have hit at Graham Potter by blaming the Chelsea boss over the hamstring injury picked up by Ben Chilwell on Wednesday night. I'm coming to you, Benedict, another Ben Chilwell here. Do you think that they should blame the coach for such injuries?
No. That's a player slack. That's a player slack. There's nothing they can do. Graham Potter has a choice to make. The English media sometimes can influence what managers do. But when he decides to start Ben Chilwell, He started him. Like you said, it can happen anywhere. You could tell that the likes of Eden Hazard who can get injury anywhere possible. Anywhere possible. And more so, if he sat on the bench and they didn't win that game, these same fans could also be the ones saying that why did you go ahead and start benching? Well,
You understand?
Especially the English people who are also Chelsea fans, that's going to come out at him. So either way, there's no right side of the stick, nor is there a good side of the stick. So it just has to happen, and he's gone. He's gone. You can do about it. The coach is definitely not to blame for me.
Do you think also that all this talk of injuries here and there is the English way of making excuse in anticipation of a World Cup that might not go well?
Well, they had a very successful Euros, like although the home advantage which they had most of the time. But they had all of their players fit. All of their players, even the likes of Jadon Sancho, were not even balanced in the team. Were all fit. Now this one is looking like it's going to go awry, and there's going to be one that they're going to regret. Gareth Southgate is going to be crossing himself for taking the job eventually. Maybe it's kind of excuses because right now the English media are telling me they're salvaging their players. Harry Kane, their captain, they are really salvaging their players, and it looks like it's going to be a big excuse for a World Cup that's going to be bad.
Okay, that's what Benedict thinks. I don't know what you guys think. Keep putting your comments in the comment section. I'm coming for it. If Martinelli thinks that Arsenal is home, one man thinks he's the mayor of Liverpool. Liverpool is home. Ilemi, that's what he's singing right now. Liverpool is home. Jurgen Klopp admits he feels very honored and privileged after being awarded the freedom of the city following his remarkable. What is going on? Yeah, following his remarkable. What do I put it now? How do I put that one? Where did I stop? 7 years as boss of the Red. Klopp arrived on Merseyside on October 2015 to take over Brendan Rodgers' Liverpool as the boss of Liverpool, and he has since won every major available trophy that is available to the Reds. Okay, apart from losing the finals of the UEFA Cup. Right, Europa Cup, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, he's won everything. Every major trophy that is available. He's won Champions League. He's been to the finals 3 times, lost 2 times in Kiev, and where again? To Paris to Real Madrid. Oh, I mean, Real Madrid won rampage, but then beat a fellow English team, Tottenham Hotspur, to the title, and he's won the league after Liverpool went 30 years without winning it, and then it's won other titles for them as well. So let's just hope that this whole being at home, my home is this, my home is that. It's a continuous thing that we would be singing and be happy. Okay, for Ben Chilwell, there's also a story in the cruellest of fashion. Ben Chilwell's World Cup has gone in smoke. I'm sorry about that one, but it is what it is. This things happen, and there's nothing anybody can do. Final stories that we have. What a goal! He's a fantastic player. He's so intelligent. 17-year-old Rico Lewis, held by Pep Guardiola after becoming Manchester City's youngest ever scorer in the UEFA Champions League by smashing home his side's equalizer in 3-1 win over Sevilla. The 17-year-old making his full debut for the club, having joined at 8 years old, remarked the appearance with a well-taken effort to equalize for City against Sevilla, starting at right back for Pep Guardiola's youthful-looking side for the dead rubber against Spanish outfit. Lewis was mobbed by the delighted teammate after latching onto a through ball from Julian Alvarez. Now let me hear from a 15-year-old. What does it feel like, okay, to have that moment for the young player?
Well, it's going to be very, 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 very exciting for anyone generally, because this is a player whose debut, every young player is always looking forward to their debut, and especially when your debut has to come, when you have the likes of João Cancelo to get ahead of the likes of John Stones, who can now play makeshift right back. Getting a game time can be really, really hard. I feel like making your debut and scoring is very, very essential to anybody's career. But you better not end up like Arsenal who are more head of a game. Because like Guardiola, if you want to slack once, you lose your place. And if Rico Lewis is going to, I saw it defending yesterday, I really felt like that right back defending could be amended a bit. Because these days, all right back look off is not attacking. But Pep Guardiola is a manager is looking for all round, and that's why João Cancelo is rated very, very, very high in England. And Rico Lewis is going to do that.
João Cancelo is 17-year-old.
No.
Take it easy.
Oh no, I'm not.
Okay.
If he took it easy on Foden, then England will not have.
Then I'm not going to take it easy on you.
Okay.
Well, like I've really not taken it easy on you anyway. Well, for me, I think I'm happy for him. I mean, this is his first game. It's a big moment. It's the UEFA Champions League. Nothing comes any bigger than that. And if you can step up to the plate in a competition as big as the UEFA Champions League, I think you've done well. Now what we need is for him to be consistent. Like I said about Francis Ozor, there is always going to be that one game in every footballer's career where they would play to the very top. Everybody have that in their career. But what makes you different from the regular everyday guy is when you can go from that performance and then tell yourself that this is how I want to play every game. Don't forget, as good as Trent Alexander-Arnold over the last 5 years, a bad start to a season and he's being shredded by everybody. That's how bad this job is, especially sports, because you do it in the eye of the public. Over 2 million plus people watch you do your job every day, and over 2 million plus people have opinions. Opinions are like noses. Everybody have their own, and they're going to use it to do what they want to do. Apart from breathing in and out, some people will use it to poke nose, some people use it to blow kata. Depends on whatever they want to do. Some people use it to sniff cocaine and do other things. So it is just the way it is. So it's not put himself on the spotlight. People are going to be asking, where the hell is that intelligent little boy that did this or did that or did this or did that? And it would not need to, right? Constantly put up that performance. Okay, Rico, we want to see Rico Lewis when he plays. We want to see him do well, and maybe not score goals, but put up a command performance on a regular basis. Well, that's all from the news side. And talking about injuries, I promised to tell you stories of sportsmen who got weird injuries. And I also need to tell you this: when Ryan Giggs was playing for Manchester United, one thing maybe you all don't know, they had to adjust every car that he bought in a special way because most of his injuries were caused because of the way his car seats were designed. So when he buys a car, they take the car to a garage and readjust his car seat in such a way that his leg would be positioned differently from how the car was originally designed so that it doesn't get injured.
Well, that's a very common thing. Like I said yesterday, Newcastle hired person for everybody, like small miniatures that the players do, like walking your dog, paying bills. They have per head. Everybody's gonna do. So I guess
that's what happens when you have money.
So that's all.
Please, can I have my money? You see, when you have money, you start having ideas. Like I want to buy a private jet now, right? When you start having, there's some kind of money that you start having. You just start having ideas. Like, okay, I should try this. I mean, what's there not to try? You understand? What's there not to try? That's how you begin to see yourself. Well, let's go to the comment section from Instagram first, and then we'll take it there. Please, no Ijebude Pondit to do. No Otokoto Pondit today. I hope I don't see, but if I say, I'll read anyway. Saviki said, please, what is the policy about? I'm going to read it for you. Don't worry. You would see, but it's something that I've been shouting for the past 16, 17 years or so, and it's now coming to light. I'm happy about it. I'm very, very happy about it. Shao Fiola of Lagos says, so you will be going around in dirty clothes. Bro, go and wash your clothes, Joe. They're talking to you.
Okay.
They're talking to you. There is a message for you, yeah. While you're analyzing people, they need to analyze you too. So I think he said, Potter needs to play in to fully regain his form. Nobody anticipates injury, but it can even happen in training section. And I agree with you on that one. Kaz, hey, I see you. I'm coming. Shavila of Lagos say, but winning the Europa guarantees qualification for the next Champions League, but losing in the quarterfinals doesn't. Yeah, but you go back to your league. If you get to the quarterfinals, does that mean that you're not supposed to qualify from your group? You qualify from your league. Okay. Legendary 007 says the current form of Spanish teams in Champions League is making the debate about which league is the best more debatable. Well, the Spanish league is still the best league in the world. For the last 17 years, count the teams that have won the Champions League the most, the league that have won the Champions League the most, count the league that have won the Ballon d'Or the most, the players that have, where the players have come from. That's how you judge it. While the players that have won the most European Golden Boot, where they play in, that's how you judge it. One season of teams in La Liga failing in the Champions League does not remove the title of them being the best league in the world. You have to have them go 5 seasons of horrible performance like this, and then we'll have that conversation. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
The same thing happened this season, happened last season now. All the other Spanish teams from Real Madrid were just poor. And
Real Madrid wanted to win it. And nobody's saying that Real Madrid cannot win this season again. I don't think that there is any team in Europe right now that Madrid is actually afraid of. The best team in Europe currently maybe is Bayern Munich. There's not a team in Europe that can say over 2 legs they will run Madrid out of the park. I don't see. Madrid have a way of grinding results when they need to, winning when they need to. So let's keep our fingers crossed. But even if Madrid get knocked out in the next round, the conversation of them not being the best league, that conversation cannot end as far as I'm concerned. Where did the Ballon d'Or winner come from?
La Liga.
Where did the top striker come from? Even though he was playing in Bayern last season, again, where is he playing now?
La Liga.
The best young player, where did he come from? Best goalkeeper, where did he come from? So they must be doing something right, okay? They must be doing something. And if you say, okay, La Liga is not good, they come to the Champions League, they dominate. There's a reason why that is happening. So you're not going to sit here. Some of the most loved, most talked about players in the last 10, 15 years all have La Liga scripted on their back. Let's do a little bit of count. Ronaldinho, where did we see him play his best football?
Barcelona.
Xavi,
Barcelona.
Iniesta,
Barcelona.
Luka Modric,
Real Madrid.
Benzema,
Real Madrid.
Cristiano Ronaldo,
Real Madrid.
Lionel Messi.
Real Madrid.
What are we saying? Please, nigga, please. Samuel Eto'o.
Barcelona.
Oh, so what are we talking here? Please, let's not even have this conversation. Carlo Ancelotti became the best coach of all time in the Champions League history, coaching where?
Real Madrid.
Zidane won 3 Champions League, coaching where?
Real Madrid.
Okay, end of discussion. Do we still, with all the work that your club have done for what's it called for Liverpool, do we rate him as the ultimate best coach in the world?
Nah, some people do.
Okay, some people. Okay, so let's not even have that conversation because for me it doesn't know water. Akbaz Baba, okay, he said PSG finished second in their group. Benfica went out to score that number of goals in a single match for Tottenham and Juve. They are bonuses on the Champions League. Meanwhile, bros, Juve don't even do the Champions League now. They go Europa straight away. Ever since my 100 levels, since 2011 that I've been hearing a little bit from sports radio, I'm just having the opportunity to see him in person. Okay, you happen to see my face, not in person when you're not here. Okay, thank you very much for that. For being a late comer, that means you've not been on social media because my pictures actually is like if you just type Elegbete, I think my name is optimized on YouTube, on Google. Yeah. So if you type Elegbete, you will see all the articles, all the stories that have been written about me, plenty back and forth, all the predictions that I made, all the things that I've tweeted. So it's hard. Whenever I have to say it, I've not seen that. I don't even know. Is this you? Like, are you hiding under the rock?
Even if you don't have to.
Did you act with Flintstone? Are you part of Flintstone? I don't understand. So I think he said this sports can win Champions League. We saw their games in the group stages always coming from behind. Yeah, they like this time. Sorry, there's a 15. If they try that in the knockout stage, they will find themselves to blame. But wait a minute. A Chelsea fan is the one that is saying this. We've seen Chelsea win 2 Champions League off the back of playing terribly in the group stage in 2012 and the last time that they won it. And then you're saying that sports can't? They can't. They're like Barack Obama right now. Vicky said Sterling should be in the team but should start from the bench. Then who should start? Because Benedict said that England doesn't even have the players to bench him in the first place. So who should start on that right or left wing if you want to start anybody? Chooks 9000 says, Elevator, please, what's this news that FC Barcelona wants my coach, Mikel Arteta? Yes, Mikel Arteta is in view for them, and he's a former player. Remember, they like to employ their former players. He's a former youth players. Okay, so they might come for him, and they have the money. Wait a minute, if you are Arteta, they offer you Barcelona, maybe next 1 year. Would you not jump at it?
First things first.
Come on.
So they want me.
I don't understand. What's this guys? I beg. Don't even say it, okay? Akwas Baba says, I can't wait for the draws to take place tomorrow. I won't laugh small, okay? Spurs escaped my mocking. They escaped it. Marseille didn't live up to the expectations. Spurs, good. Chelsea are still in the Champions League. Like I'm praying, God help Chelsea to make top 4. Chelsea fans will hate me if they don't. Hey, Papa Jamil says, good morning, Ida. Good morning to you. I'm waiting for Leon to restore your old Twitter account. If you like, it's Restoramo. If you like, not Restoramo. Twitter not really they give me money before. Now my YouTube account, now they're interested in. The numbers should just grow, right? If I get 1 million subscribers, I know that I am up there and among them, Elon Musk and then Bill Gates. That's all I need. That Twitter account that somebody pay people money to go and hack, thinking that they are holding me down. You not make anything.
And I'm not saying they might restore the blocked account and deactivate it. They might restore it too.
If they like, they restore. I know that, like, I'm not crazy about it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not like if they restore it, it would be good for me because the number, I think the numbers went from 86,000 to 40,000 people are like pulling out of it every day. But with 40,000 people, that's a big pool of people to also market whatever content that I'm putting out on YouTube too, right? Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, when I see people lose their accounts and they're crying, the other day my wife asked me if I lose my YouTube account, would I cry? No, I said I'll start a new one. This is just the way that I'm configured. And people think, oh, that means that you're not emotional. No, I'm not. In that way, I'm emotional, but not in that way. Because sometimes I can't fight over the things I can't change. It's YouTube, it's a Twitter and their policy. Does it hurt? The YouTube will hurt me, but I don't think the Twitter will hurt me. Like, I don't see it anything. Like, wasn't a big deal. Okay, but if they restore it, fine. I move over there and I deactivate this current one that I'm using now. Okay, Esteban Mendel, it says Sports best bet is the semi-finals. I don't see that team beat Bayern or Madrid. Esteban Mendel, I like that name. Howie Mendel. I like Howie Mendel too. Okay. Right now, let's go to YouTube and see what is going on. What's going on here? Ascalamingua, according to DJ Benny. Right. The Olariwa just said anyway, so this was before we started. And then he said, as I know they work today, I full grand. Okay. Jubril Ajifolawe says, please, if I don't pronounce the name, well, forgive me. Okay, so let me tell you guys one thing. There's a competition that is coming up at Oniko this month. Okay. It's a football competition. They've asked us to come and do the coverage and everything. And the person who's organizing it is my friend, Achigafa, the owner of 36 Lions, my very good friend, my business partner as well. But the name of the competition is the Jagaban Cup. I'm just saying this to you guys. And so I told a friend of mine, like, we're going to come out the Jagaban. He said, no. You know, don't say that. I'm obedient. I cannot even join you in the conversation. Blah, 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 blah. I said, guy, I have a job to do. I'm obligated to do my job. The tournament is not hosted by Jagaban. It's hosted by someone that I know, a friend of mine. Am I going to let politics becloud my senses and my business sense? And I do my business in Lagos. Don't forget, I live in Lagos. Is that because Jagaban's name is associated with it? I'm not going to go cover it. Guys, as a friend, advise me. Do you think that's the way we've come now? That's the kind of way we should be making decisions now? What has a football tournament that have youth got to do with a politician's position? I don't know, but if you have an opinion, give it to me. Let me hear what you've got to say. Shibril Ajifolawe said, yes, great fun we must have. Stamina Emmanuel Ayaun, how you doing, bro? He said, good morning, Elebota, good morning to you and everyone. Football is first played on paper before the field. Drama unfolds in the season's Champions League. Hi, Brita. Where's my Arsenal jersey? You promised me an Arsenal jersey. I just remember now. Okay, now that I'm wearing one jersey that somebody bought for me, Kaz_347 bought for me. I just remember you promised me an Arsenal jersey and an Arsenal jacket or hoodie or whatever it is, but something Arsenal. Where it is? Where it is? Okay, according to my 3-year-old son, where it is? He said, I dare you, me, my brother, I suggest you add a weekend show at least Saturday. That way we get more people who can catch you during the week. Okay, so I've thought about that like for a very long time. But you see, the reason why I avoid doing Saturday shows is this. The timing of the show. What time am I going to do it? Is it in the morning or in the evening? Everybody is preparing for weekend football. And then in the morning, most people are going to the field to play football, to do exercise. So what time am I going to do the show that will sit in with everybody? I actually have this whole idea of doing a Saturday show, okay? But I've not gotten the place. You wanted to say something?
Well, if you look at the schedule of people concerning this thing, some people are free during the morning, some people are not.
They are going to play football.
Yeah, but
they are jogging around.
Yeah, they're jogging around.
They are doing laundry.
But around that one, people are mostly free.
Football have started.
Yes.
The league have started. You think anybody would focus on watching you on YouTube and leave their football? No, football. See, football is their side chick, main chick, and other, and sugar mommy and all that. So no matter how you do it, you know that YouTube is not like terrestrial radio where people will just call, get hyper on it. YouTube is a specialized field. You have to calculate that when are people going to be there. Even doing a show 9 o'clock to 10 is a risk. If you really consider YouTube, this show should be done 12 o'clock to 1, break time, where people are eating and holding their phone, and the numbers will be more. Okay, but I'm thinking about it. I pretend, Roland, I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. Victor Malalu said EPL players sustain more injuries than other league because of the physicality. Other leagues are more technical than EPL. Okay, I think I'll go with you on that one. The sense in that thing you just said. Divine Takei say good morning, boss. Ijebo de Pondit and the whole citizens of Elegote TV Radio Kingdom. My hands are very busy, but I need to ask this question. Is it true Nigeria stands a chance to be at the World Cup if Tunisian government fails to stop their interference?
Well, first of all, there's a two-way factor from FIFA. Number one, the highest ranked nation that is not in the competition will get the heads up, which is Italy as it stands right now.
As it stands, is Italy?
Or number two, the highest ranked nation in Africa, which is either Nigeria.
That's not even the World Cup right now.
It's not the World Cup, which is Nigeria. And also there was also a constitution of Mali, because Mali had a 1-0 two-legged fixture against Tunisia. So Nigeria do have a chance. That is if Tunisia do bash themselves, they shoot themselves, like Jesus would say. Can a house
stand if it is divided against itself?
Divided against itself, exactly. But Nigeria and Italy do have a chance. But I doubt Tunisia don't just let it all go like that. But as it stands, Nigeria, Italy, and Mali
all of them match this man. All of now where they think this thing. Like my DM is filled up with people sending me this message. All of them match this way. All of them father left here. All of them. So this is how I want to go World Cup. Now like this, I want to go World Cup. We ain't going nowhere, please, guys. We're not going anywhere. So Ukraine don't want place. They say may they kick Iran come out so that they go bring Ukraine. Like say the World Cup don't become pity party. Some people in Tunisia should be kicked out so that Nigeria can go to the World Cup. All of them are father. Tunisia is going to the World Cup. Iran is going to the World Cup. There is no removing anybody. Nobody they interfere with anything. They will do their World Cup. They will go. Those people will qualify. Let them go. Okay. Nobody should work in NEPA and come and collect salary in NDDC. Okay. The honorable, off your mic. They're not going anywhere. Those people who have qualified will qualify and go and play. This is not Euros of 1992. It's not happening. It is not happening. Okay? I'm just telling you. About Desmond, he said morning by 10 a.m. on Saturday will be good. Mrs. Smile says, why not do like a watch along for a start on YouTube? People will watch you while they are watching the match.
I've seen people do that here.
A lot of people do it now. Okay, so listen. Some suggestions. It's like when we do broadcasting, like terrestrial radio, they are restricted. If you're putting a show, if you're going to put a show on DSTV, for instance, you can't mention Jesus. You can't quote Bible. There are some things you can't put. So you are restricted. There are certain words you can't use. And the same thing on terrestrial radio. There are certain things you can't say. Like I can say F word here if I want to, and it doesn't do anything. YouTube also have its own guidelines that can make your account shut down instantly. Then depends on the region that you are in. So I'm a YouTube partner. I'm waiting to get verified, and I'm also waiting to go up a notch. If I do YouTube watch along, I am not taking premium content to do watch along on my channel. My brother, he not gonna reach 2 days. They go shut me down. If they shut me down, I might not even have the opportunity to start again, because what it means, every time YouTube see my face, they'll shut down that account. That's not some risk I'm willing to take. People are doing it because they are, what's that called? There's a level you grow to on YouTube that you are given the liberty to do that. And then some people have the right to do it. I don't. Some of the people that are doing it, if you look, go watch one of the channels that everybody wants me, hope that I can be like. Go watch the AFTV channel. You cannot see them putting clips of matches. Even they are sitting down to watch the game and they are capturing reaction of their staff, the crew. They don't show you the game, because if they do, the channel will be taken down. If you know the work, YouTube is not like Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, or Twitter, where you just shake your hand, just do some foolish things. Yeah, and your channel will go up, and they're killing somebody, you can stream it. Don't YouTube, the conditions are so stringent. If I'm doing this show now, and let's say a neighbor is playing music, somehow the sound of the music filtered into the show, they will take down my channel. And it's not like, oh, and they say you cannot appeal. They will take it down instantly. There are too many conditions. As I'm doing the show, I can't go back and say, okay, let me go on music break, and then I open the volume of the music and I play. No, the tune, this instrumental you're hearing when I start, this one is given to me by YouTube. You people need to know all of these conditions. They are very, very important. Some people say, hey, why don't you do outdoor? The reason I don't do outdoor is I might be recording outdoor and somebody's playing music. What do? And then it goes in, and then they give me strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, I'm out. I don't fit to. It costs me a lot to build this. So as small as it costs me a lot to build it. So all of those things also come to play. We would always wait till we can find a way around it. So we can, sign partnership. Like, for instance, I carry UEFA Champions League commentaries on my radio because I have a document to support that. I carry the podcast because I have a document to support that. Sometimes all of this needs to be done, especially when your company, again, is registered in the US, where copyright law in the US is mad. In Nigeria, you can get away with a lot of things. I registered it in the US because I want a global feel. In case tomorrow, somebody comes and say wants to buy this company and I'm willing to sell, they will not have a problem. They would have, okay, I've given them a good foundation to start with. That's why I did that. So I don't want to be, I'm even with my phone, I'm careful what I download. I don't try to download anything that I have, like, those things they call cracks. Right? I don't download it because it is against the law, and I'm running a US-based company. I don't want them to come for me one day and put that cough in my hand. Like, I just go to the airport, I'm going for holiday, say, oh, you have a red flag against you. Yeah, come and face the law. I'm very, very careful. I'm sorry about it, but it is what it is. Where did we start now? Divine okay said, World Cup of Tunisia. Nah, forget it. They're not going to put Tunisia not come out. Good morning, boss. That's from Dumi Remileko. The line was just say, if only you will win Europa, as far as I am concerned, it's less beneficial. Thank you very much for that, for helping to explain that. The other one you say, for Chilwell, there would always be injuries. It is only advisable as a coach, you use your discretion well. Lord Mayor say, greetings, boss. Greetings to you too. And then he went for, I say, funny enough, all the people say Arsenal will get injury and fall, but their clubs are getting series of injuries. Well, that's true. And then it's what I'm saying, but if this Chelsea team beats Arsenal on Sunday, I go vest for my boys, because this Chelsea team, they struggle. Brittany say, I forgot to let me know your size. My size is large. Okay, that's my size. Now something you are not putting into consideration, Lord Mayor, is that Arsenal is going to play on Thursday, which is today. You don't know what sort of players will play. You don't know what possible injuries that might happen. And let's say, for instance, you go and play Thomas Partey because Arsenal wants to top the group and Thomas Partey gets injured, Arsenal will become vulnerable. That match, again, is a local derby. So local derby does not come with much of form or who's struggling or who's not struggling. Things can happen. Arsenal really does look like a team that can beat Chelsea right now, okay? In the Premier League, Arsenal have only lost 1 game and drawn 1. And it looks possible that it will be there. But you see, the thing about football is it's played on grass, not on paper, and not based on what any analyst in anywhere, whether it's Djibouti or Kitipupa or Tokotu or Lagos, anywhere in the world, says what really happens is what you do on the day of the game. And that's very, very important. Patrick Eromona says, people don't understand the ropes of YouTube because they think it's just all about making video. YouTube rules, YouTube rules. I think you first off, try to understand that YouTube is not one of those social media platforms where people just wake up and say, I'm going to check YouTube, right? Because you don't have your own feed where your feed will interlope with other people's feed. The way Twitter is, you see you make a post, another person making a post on Instagram, yours. No, it's not like that. YouTube is so stringent that first off, you need to have a big heart to say you want to even do YouTube. Why do you think that most of the people who started that, they want to do YouTube, they fall off, they're not fit? It's not there as easy as that, especially in a world of quick fix. It's not easy.
Just think of when you want to log in your email on another account, the two-step verification and a lot of things that they tell you to do. That's how strict it is. Like,
it's crazy. It's crazy to do YouTube. It's crazy to do YouTube. And the sanctions now automatic, it hit you hard, like straight up. Okay? Every small thing, they don't flag they'll take your channel down. You just come tomorrow and you don't receive email in your Gmail, like your channel no longer exists. There's nothing you can do. You can't even appeal it. No. They not tell you that you as a person, you have been given maybe 6 months of probation before you come back. 6 months time, all these your subscribers, they don't move on. 7.6 million content drop every hour on YouTube. Every hour. So you think that people are out there waiting for you. So 6 months, let's go on starvation and wait by the Red Sea and wait for Moses to come apart the Red Sea before we go through. No, people will move on. Even when you're doing good content, people are seeing they're going on. First of all, people looking for who will give them sex, who will shake your bum ball, do all those things. That's what they look for. Or do jokes. If you know they do all those things, you can't do sports, you can't go to go copyright people. Then don't forget that in terms of content, FIFA, CAF, Premier League, 60 seconds of those content is $10,000. 60 seconds access to those content is $10,000. I remember when I interviewed, that time we've not been monetizing, when I interviewed John Ogu. And John Ogu said Victor Osimhen would be a 100 million transfer very soon. And we went to take video clip of him scoring goals for Lille in the French Ligue 1 to put on the video. Even though we black and white it, and it ran for about 6 seconds. Guess what? Because of that thing, our account was taken down. People don't know. Our account, there was another account for this channel before this is my personal email account. There was the original YouTube account that we opened for Elevator TV was taken down because of 6 seconds of video from French Ligue 1. And I went on to I also uploaded that in on the Instagram channel of the Instagram account of Elevator TV. Originally, that was taken off as well. You okay? So we've learned all those lessons. Right now, we just say where we are, like, okay, let's be very, very careful. Otoni Ramelekon says, yes, so derby match, no be by form at all. Oh. And Patrick came back again to say, every small thing, they don't take your channel down. Right, we've come to the end of the show today. But I promised that I was going to give you guys a list of some bizarre injuries that footballers have had. So let's start the show with that. 19 of the most bizarre injuries sustained in football outside of the pitch. Something is really going on with our lives, our generator. I might go and check it. If I can't finish this list, I'm sorry. Number 19, Sean Hutchinson taking the beam out and then he got injured. Maybe what I would do is to take this one to next week. Iva Banega hit by a car, and I'll read out the story for you. Guillermo Varela, Manchester United player, infected by a tattoo. How does a footballer get infected by a tattoo? You know Jerry Lippman? Okay, he got injured by a Coke can. Kevin Prince Boateng got injured while playing for Barcelona because he was having too much fun. I'll read that story for you. And that's when you think it was just Kevin Prince Boateng. His own brother is on number 14. Jerome Boateng, the one that Messi gave epilepsy in a match. Hairline drink trolley. You know that trolley on the plane got him injured. Think about it. Santiago Canizares. This one happened in 2002. It was the #1 goalkeeper for Spain going to the 2002 World Cup, dropping after shave bottle and he cut his leg. That's how Ike Casillas got his opportunity. Dave Bissant, I'm sure a lot of you don't know this guy, dropping salad cream was what got him injured. Leroy Lita, QPRO, waking up. He got injured waking up from sleep. David Batty, okay, former Leeds United player. His 2-year-old daughter got him injured. And then you have Marco Asensio, whose pimple, he pressed a pimple, the thing can't get infection. That's why he stayed out of the game for God knows how long in 2017. Keck Broadfoot, microwaving egg, my injury. Rio Ferdinand got injured watching television. How does somebody get injured watching television? I think next week you will get to know about. Liam Lawrence tripping over his own dog. Kessie Keller, US goalkeeper, grabbing his golf club, got him injured. Charlie George from the old school days, he was mowing grass, lawn mowing, and he got injured. Sven Grodeland going for a jog on the road. Kevin Kyle, you know this guy? Feeding his infant son and he got injured. Please, somebody please explain to me, how does this happen? Former Man City and Aston Villa player Darius Vassell, improper use of power tools. These are footballers, professional top-class footballers who got injured away from the field. Some of them, their career ended immediately. Other ones, their career, that was the tipping point of it coming to an end. I'll give you the details next week. But for now, let's end up with this. 69 Lema, he said, I made a video once on YouTube and Facebook showing clips from league. It was restricted. Yes, because it's not yours. You don't have rights to it. And once it is proven that you don't have right to it, there's absolutely nothing you can say or do. Christopher Martin, he said, good morning, Mr. Dafira. I'm saying should be in England squad for the World Cup, but not as a starter. Foden and Saka should be starting ahead of him. All right, thank you very much. That's how we come to the end of the show today. And you've had a list of 17 players who got injured outside of the field of play. And have you ever wondered why footballers don't buy power bike? Have you ever asked the question, why is it that you've not seen a footballer riding a power bike? I'll tell you why that is next week. But for now, it is okay. We've got a show tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow. You thought it was Friday, right?
Yeah, I thought it was Friday. I was having this Friday vibes. Okay. Yesterday I was at the COVID, so I was having this. So we'll talk about it tomorrow, most definitely. But thank you very much, Benedict, and thank you to everybody who's been here on the show with us. God bless you guys, and stay the best of who you are created to be. Like I always say, if you're not the one fixing the problem, please don't make life difficult for the person fixing the problem. Share them up, support them, and let's have solutions more than problems on the world that we live in. But I need any last one.
Nobody answered my question. 2 teenagers have scored in the final. Maybe nobody searched. And more so,
so who are the 2 teenagers?
Pele and Kylian Mbappe. That's pretty obvious. Then also those Real Madrid players. The Celtic players.
Why does 8 happen to be in the 2 World Cup that this guy scored? 1958 in Sweden, 2018 in Russia.
Good for them. Most of those Real Madrid players, first of all, Modric scored a penalty, the left-sided, the keeper missed it, then he considered another penalty, Rodrigo scored on the right-sided, the keeper thought the same thing, then Celtic got a penalty, then he missed it. That keeper should be really furious and should just retire right now. See you all tomorrow. Have a lovely day.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.